So I'm usually a pretty big wuss when it comes to horror movies, but with it being October and Halloween coming up, I thought I would branch out and watch some of them. So today I'm going to watch the 1973 film The Exorcist. I know this is an iconic horror movie and I'm a little nervous and excited to watch it just because I've heard it's a film everybody should watch. I feel like it's going to be terrifying, so I'm a little nervous for that. I'm assuming it's about an exorcism just based off of the title. Thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for horror movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And I do have horror movie themed notebooks for sale. The link will be below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and check back often for more awesome content. Okay, was this based on a book or anything like that? Comment below and let me know. It looks like we're starting off in the Middle East. Okay. Okay, Northern Iraq. Yeah, and no like credits or anything. They just had that title come up, and now we're straight into the movie. Okay. And yeah, it says he found something. It almost looks like people wear the necklaces for like Saint Michael and the different saints and stuff. I didn't recognize it, but that's what it kind of reminded me of. What's the, I don't recognize this statue. What's the significance? It's obviously something that scares him. Okay, yeah, now we've switched to the States. Okay, yeah, so I'm curious to see what the connection will be between what happened in Iraq and what's going on here. It sounds like something's in the ceiling. Oh, a movie within a movie. Okay, interesting. Yeah, and that mom thinks that there's rats in the attic. Oh, okay, she's an actress. Okay, interesting. Still no opening credits, but this actress looks like a younger version of the lady from Requiem from a Dream, the mom in Requiem from a Dream. Ellen, I'm blanking on her last name, but she looks like her, so I guess I'll find out when the credits come up. These like tracking Steadicam or whatever version of Steadicam I'm assuming they used. And like the leaves and her walking along the street kind of reminds me of a similar scene with Laurie from Halloween, which came out in the 70s as well. So it's definitely like a slower pace, like a slower start. But I think that was common in older movies. Now we're just used to like constant fast-paced moves, so. Oh, the happy part of the horror movie at the start before everything goes insane. And I'm not sure where, if they mentioned her husband or if she was married or where Regan's dad is. The sound design has been really cool so far. Like, they definitely seem to be focusing on like city life. Like, we've heard a lot of trains, and even when the two priests were talking, there was planes going overhead and the kids outside and car horns. So yeah, I'm curious to see if that will come into effect later on as well.
Oh yeah, well let's both.
Ew. Captain Howdy said no.
Captain who?
Captain Howdy.
Who's Captain Howdy?
I can't get to sleep.
Bed was shaking. Okay, yeah, and these rats in the attic, I don't think are rats.
Smells nice.
Oh my god. Cheese and rice. Yeah. Lots of rat traps, but no rats. Oh my god. What the? Okay, so he managed to get his mom into some kind of like a senior living facility.
Mama, I'm gonna take you out of here, Mama.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
He had a pretty rough knock last night, poor guy. His mother passed away.
Oh. Oh, no.
I guess she was dead a couple of days before they found
Oh, that's awful. Okay, so the priest's mom passed away.
Bloody damn butchering Nazi pig.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. And a priest named Damien? I feel like that name, maybe it's just been stereotyped, but I thought that name had different meanings. But again, that could be just from movies and TV, and it's been sensationalized. I don't recognize the song.
I think we've got a guest.
You're gonna die up there.
Oh, okay, what? She's peeing in public? And she just told that guy he's gonna die up there? And he was talking earlier about being like an astronaut or involved in space travel. And she just peed in front of all of them. Oh my god. That's aggressive. Oh my god, get out of there, kid. No, just get her out of there. What? Ah. Leave the room. Clearly something's going on with that bed. Cheese and rice. That wasn't like a little like shake. That was like the whole thing. It was frickin' trying to relocate itself. Is that his mom? He's dreaming that his mom is back to life? Oh. Ah! What the frick was that? There was like a flash of like almost like Nosferatu or something. Like just this really, really pale face and these like red eyes. And yeah, that necklace looked like what they were in Iraq.
Remember also, O Lord, thy servant, Mary Karras.
Yeah, they're drugging her because they think it's nerves, but her behavior seems to be getting more erratic.
Muscular spasms.
Oh, no, that was no spasm.
Yeah, she wasn't shaking, it was the bed that was shaking. Yeah. So they're saying she has like something wrong with the frontal lobe.
Good.
Oh, they're putting into her CAT scan now, it looks like. Okay. Oh, I'm very concerned. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that's a giant needle going in your neck. No, hard pass.
Okay, you're gonna feel some pressure here. Now, don't move.
Are they trying to like, oh god, I can't even watch. It's like they're trying to do like a lobotomy or something, but like, what? Through her neck? Like, what? Oh my god, that's, oh my god, this is awful. Oh my god, please tell me this isn't, please tell me they don't do this anymore. This poor kid. I'm guessing this is like a very early version of like an MRI or a CAT scan, yeah, or something. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
No one's on the phone. She says it's urgent.
You got some time?
Of course.
Yeah, so there's nothing showing up on the scans, which means there's nothing like physically wrong with her.
Medication I gave you?
Yes.
What was that? Crazy.
Yeah, and these like steady cam shots really adding to the like frantic, panicked, like what's going on, like it's really making this like, oh my god.
Do something, doctor, please help her.
Oh my god, they're gonna break this kid's back.
Make it stop! He's trying to kill you!
Oh! Her whole throat like, oh, bonked him.
Keep away! The sow is mine.
Oh my. Oh my. I think it's safe to say she's possessed. Yep. Oh, cheese and rice. Oh! This poor kid. Comment below, did this actress actually get hurt? Like, I feel like these are very aggressive things for a teenager. Oh, man.
We still think the temporal lobe.
Oh, what are you talking?
Yeah, exactly. She's like, we just did this.
Fucking out of her mind, psychotic, like a split personality or.
That's one way to put it, I guess, technically. Someone else is taking over.
It is.
Yeah, they want to do another test on her to eliminate future things. Oh my god. I don't know what's scarier, these like medical procedures or her like writhing around on that bed.
You keep any drugs in your house?
No. Of course.
She's like, oh, I forgot to mention, you know, the LSD I keep in my cabinet. Like,
Christ, I don't even smoke grass.
yeah, and of course these tests came back negative as well. So now he's like, what could it be? Oh, look at that 70s wood paneling. Oh my. Oh yeah, and the windows open again, which is something we saw earlier in the movie. Oh no. Yeah, and they're gonna try sending her to therapy, but at least they're, you know, entertaining other options at this point.
Burke's dead.
What?
He must have been drunk.
Yeah, that drunk guy from the party. Oh.
M Street, he broke his neck.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Comfortable, Regan?
They've made her like really pale and like there's like no color in her cheeks. And like these dark circles under her eyes.
Are you the person inside of Regan?
It's like growling. She just punched that guy in the bits. Oh, that was a cool shot to like follow him down. Oh my god. Well, I think that ends today's session. Yeah, and they said she was only 12? That's crazy. I thought she was like a teenager at least, but if she just turned 12, oh my gosh, that's so young.
Did she look like a boxer?
I haven't seen Rocky.
Bottom of those steps leading to M Street with his head turned completely around.
Oh, God. That's so scary. Oh.
No. Why?
You ever heard of exorcism?
Hello. That's almost the name of the movie.
The rabbi or the priest try to drive out this so-called invading spirit.
I'm surprised they're even suggesting this.
Exorcism can make it disappear.
Interesting. You can only be possessed if you believe in possession. Yeah, I'm surprised they even suggested. I thought she was gonna have to find this at, like, an alternative source on her own, but whether they believe it'll work or not, I guess, is another thing. Those are quite the stairs to fall down. Cheese and rice, that would hurt. She found a cross under her bed?
Now, did you?
Not me. I didn't.
That's an interesting shot with him being on the stairs, the two of them having the conversation on the stairs, but with different sides and like their different levels.
Accept your daughter, so how can this be?
They think Regan killed Burke.
Doctors never asked, what is this fungus? We wouldn't today have penicillin, correct?
And they found something like what she's holding by the stairs. Like a little animal sculpture or something. Yeah, this police officer thinks that there's something more suspicious with Burke's death. He's asking the priest, like, do you think a priest did this? And now she's thinking that possibly Regan could have done it. Oh my god. Whoa! Cheese and rice. Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god. If you've seen this movie, you know just what happened with Cross. Oh my, oh god! Cheese and rice.
Oh
Oh my god. Oh, no, 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 no. Get out of there. Oh!
Did? Yeah. Don't help.
Oh my god. Her head spun all the way around. She had a British accent. Oh, just like Burke. And she was, okay, I'm not gonna say it. It was horrible, but things happened. That's so disturbing. Like, I can't imagine what audiences would have felt if they would have watched that in 1973. It was a pretty quick scene, but definitely memorable. Oh my god. Yeah, you can feel like how frustrated she is, like she doesn't know what's wrong and is trying to find help, but definitely through not much support. And he's like, yeah, like we don't perform exorcisms anymore, like we've studied more about mental health. And
Hello, Regan.
oh my god, this poor girl.
Show me Regan and I'll loosen one of the straps.
Can you help an old altar boy, Father?
That was like the homeless person he passed.
Then you must know my mother's maiden name.
He's like testing him to see, okay, if you say you're the devil, prove it.
What is it?
Oh my god. She just puked directly into his face. Oh my god. Just like green projectile vomit. Oh my god. No, I'm not gonna be hungry for a while. Cheese and rice. And like her makeup, like she's got big scratches on her face now. Her eyes are different. She's got puke on her shirt. She just puked again. And it looks like they gave her like a feeding tube even because she's probably not eating. And oh my gosh. Like it was definitely a slow burn, but now it's like things are definitely progressing. Oh my god, she puked on him. Ugh. She's like, let me just do your laundry real quick.
Doesn't say she's a demon. She says she's the devil himself. Now, if you've seen...
Bold statement.
6 months under observation in the best hospital you can find.
She'll be dead. She's not gonna last 6 months. Come on, look at her.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Oh my god, yeah, it's... oh. He doesn't seem scared. And they've like covered her bed in all this like padding and stuff to protect her.
Did you do that?
Again, he doesn't seem concerned. He doesn't seem scared. I shouldn't say he doesn't seem concerned. He doesn't seem scared that a drawer just opened on its own.
And lies stinking in the earth. What's that?
Holy water. Are those the voices of all the people that are like he's possessing? Well, hopefully that's proof. At least he had his recorder and he got her speaking Latin, and I'm assuming that's language she didn't know before, so hopefully he can get church approval now.
Who are you?
Yeah, that's so crazy. The sound design has been really cool. But yeah, he said it wasn't actually holy water and she still reacted to it.
Give us time!
Let her die!
Oh, if they play it backwards, it said let her die. Oh my god.
What?
Merrin!
Yeah, that's saying his name and...
Yeah? I'll be right there.
And it sounded like kill the priest. Something about the priest. Close the gate. Come on. Do you want robbers as well as demons? Honestly, nobody shuts the door in movies. The makeup and prosthetics and stuff has been so well done. They carved something into her stomach? Oh my god, help me is written on her stomach? Oh my gosh. Is that like Regan on the inside trying to get out? Oh, that's terrifying. Like the makeup, yeah, and prosthetics and stuff still looks really cool for being, you know, 1973. It doesn't look super dated. It still looks really well done, so.
There'd be a psychiatrist present anyway. What about The Exorcist?
Hey, that's the name of the movie.
Exorcism supposedly lasted months. Heard it damn near killed him.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, they've approved this exorcism, and they're gonna get the priest from Iraq that we saw at the beginning of the film to perform this exorcism, with that other guy assisting. I think I've seen photos of this before with him like standing by the lamppost. Oh, and she can sense that he's coming.
Karras, it's an honor to meet you, Father.
And the show's beginning. Oh my gosh.
To attack us. The attack is psychological, Damien.
Yeah, she's like, if this doesn't work, I don't know what else to do, basically, so. Those are terrifying noises. Yeah, sound design has played a really interesting part in this film so far. And the acting's been great. Like, the cast has been amazing. Especially from Regan. Like, I don't know how old the actress was, but that's a big job to take on for somebody relatively young, however old she is. I can't imagine she can't be maybe early 20s at the latest, but oh my.
Our Father, who art in heaven.
Oh god, she does love that. That's her signature move, is puking at people. Ugh.
And also with you, let us pray. Holy Lord, Almighty Father,
yeah, comment below how they made this like bed prop and how they got it to move on its own.
The noonday devil, this human being,
she's barking at him now.
Holy Spirit, God, forever and ever. Amen. Oh, Lord.
Oh my god, the whole thing's off the ground. How? What? The bed is floating now. Oh, he's like stunned. He's like, I can't move.
Gain for your holy apostles the power to tramp underfoot serpents and scorpions.
Oh yeah, and that's the flash we saw in his dream as well.
Your unworthy servant.
That's like the demon's true form.
See the cross of the Lord.
So much green projectile puke. Like, oh my god. There's nothing you could eat that would make you... It looks like baby food. Blah. Or she just ate like a year's supply of peas in one sitting. Blah. So gross. Why are you collecting it? Oh god. What are you gonna do with it, man? Cheese and rice.
In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. It is he.
Oh my god, he's making the roof crack. Oh, yeah, things are... Oh, look out.
The holy cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with...
Oh my god, that's so terrifying that her head is spinning around completely. Yeah. Ugh. Oh! Yeah, now he's like attacking them, saying like their weaknesses and... Oh my god, her eyes just went white. This is so freaking scary. Oh my god. That's so terrifying. She's floating. She's not restrained. Comment below how they did this. Oh my god.
The power of Christ!
You better hurry up, man.
Christ compels you! The power of Christ!
She's just suspended in the air.
The power of Christ!
Oh my god.
The power of Christ!
This poor girl. I don't think she's gonna make it.
Who commands you? God the Father commands you.
Oh, bonked him.
God the Son.
Oh, yeah, I knew when those restraints were gone, that was gonna be bad news. Wow! Oh my god! That's the statue we saw in Iraq. Yeah, I can imagine this would have been like mentally draining on the cast to constantly be in this state of fear and just like such physical, like, yeah, like I think that would take a lot out of you to do that for days on end, for months on end, however long filming was. His mom? Oh my gosh. Yeah, and the way that she was like, it's your fault, your mom's dead, and like he knows exactly what this priest's fears are and his like worst nightmare basically, and he's just playing into that. Oh my goodness.
Dime, why you do this to me?
Such a trick, such a cruel, cruel trick.
Why, Dime?
Damien!
Dime, please!
Oh, just like such mental mind games. Like, oh my gosh, that's so cruel. And yeah, he said like her heart stopped or something's wrong with her heart. Yeah, this exorcism's been like a 20-30 minute scene, like it's been a big chunk of this movie, so let's hope it works. Oh. Yeah, and stairs seem to have an important role in this film. Like just showing like the different levels, and a lot of events seem to have taken place on stairs. Of course, the detective shows up now. Oh no. Oh shoot. Oh, he's a goner. She's just like sitting there casually like, oh, something wrong? Oh my gosh, this guy. Oh no, 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 it's too late, I'm afraid. She got him.
You son of a bitch!
Oh my god, yeah, he's just punching her now. Yeah, like a relatively low body count if she killed Burke and then this priest. Oh my god, oh! Oh, now he's possessed. Oh my god, he said take me instead. Oh! Oh my god, on the stairs, of course, just like with Burke. Oh my god. His eyes went green. Yeah, he was like, take me, so that briefly left Regan. Oh, this poor girl. And then he just flung himself out the window. Or the demon. Oh. And it looked like it was something was written in blood on the side there about pigs. Oh my god, this poor guy. Did it work? Because it like flashed back to like his regular eye color, so maybe he realized he has the demon in him and he's going to jump out this window so that the demon dies with him and Regan will be free. Oh, he's still alive? These stairs, oh my gosh.
I found us in your room.
Yeah, that was the priest. Okay, yeah, so I'm guessing it worked.
She doesn't remember any of it.
That's good.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
All done.
Okay. Honey, this is...
I barely even recognize her now. Like, she looks... Oh my gosh. If her head spins around at this last second, I'm gonna poop my pants. Ah! Find a different route, man. I would not be walking that path. No, sir. Where was this filmed? Comment below and let me know. Oh god, that's crazy! That was so messed up! Wow. Okay, it is based on a novel. Is it, I haven't read the book, so is it true to the novel? Comment below and let me know. Yes, that's her. Yes, okay, she was in Requiem for a Dream. I've seen him in other films as well, but definitely an older version. Okay, and it looks like they used a few actual reverends in this. Okay, so that was my first time watching the 1973 film The Exorcist. It was deeply disturbing. I'm glad I finally watched it. It was terrifying and just well done. I can definitely see why this has become such an iconic horror film over time. The beginning definitely started off a little slower, and I was like, okay, where are we going with this? I'm glad they gave us time to show Regan as like a normal kid, and she's going like talking about horses and like running up to see her mom. Sometimes I find the events happen so quickly you don't really know, you don't have really anything to compare it with. We got to know Regan as Regan before this possession happened, so it was nice to see that and kind of learn a little bit about her and what kind of person she is, so that was nice to see. I'm very curious to find out how this was received in 1973 and even decades since. It wasn't like an edge of your seat thriller. It was definitely, you had some scenes to like calm down, as I like to phrase it, where it's like them discussing things and, you know, advancing the plot. It's not just constant action back and forth. But the exorcism scene, I think, was like 20 to 30 minutes. It was a good chunk of the film. So yeah, but once things started to happen, they definitely kept going and the progression got worse and worse and worse and worse. And a relatively low body count with the 2 priests dying, and we're assuming that Regan killed Burke as well. And I didn't think Regan would make it out, honestly. It definitely wasn't looking good, and it seems like they couldn't find her heartbeat at one point, and the physical damage of being possessed, what that would have done to you. And oh, that scene when she's like writing "help me" from the inside, so disturbing. And the scenes that we did see that were very disturbing and graphic were very short, but I think they definitely got the point across. Those disturbing scenes that we did see definitely had their shock value there, and they definitely were so disturbing and memorable. And the fact that this is happening to a 12-year-old girl, and like, oh my gosh, and definitely religious themes throughout this film as well. So I'm curious to see how that was received. People who believe in possession or don't believe in possession, or are against certain religions or for certain religions. Obviously there's both sides of that, so I'm curious to see how this would have been perceived. I did enjoy it, even though it was very disturbing. I thought it was well acted, an interesting story, and just the sound design as well was really cool. The cinematography was cool. We've seen demons and the devil and those elements in horror movies since this film, and I'm sure before it as well, but I always find it's kind of an interesting take on a monster, because if you don't believe in that stuff, this is scary to you. If you do believe in this is probably terrifying. And like you said, like, people can only be possessed if they believe in possession, so belief giving it that power to make you susceptible of the same thing you're terrified of. And it didn't seem like Chris or Regan had any kind of religious affiliation, and how that cross ended up under her pillow, or how this possession happened, if it was from the house, as basically when they're in the house they start hearing, oh, she thinks rats are in the ceiling, and then Regan's room is always cold and lights start flickering, and those kind of, now we know it was like telltale signs of horror elements that something bad is happening. To me, this is scarier than a slasher film or something where an indestructible creature is coming after you with a knife and chasing you down in the woods. I don't want to say this storyline is more relatable than a slasher movie, but depending on what you believe, this might be more realistic. Again, depends on whatever you believe and what your viewpoints are, but I'm not a huge fan of slasher films, but in comparison, I find these types of movies scarier, where it's like, okay, how are they going to get rid of this? Can they get rid of this? Like, what's the solution? Are they even going to be able to, you know, exorcise this demon? What's that going to look like? So I like the kind of like supernatural. The acting was great overall. I recognized the mom from Requiem from a Dream, but that was basically it. When they showed the credits, I recognized one of the priests' name from another movie that I've seen, but everybody else I don't think I've seen before, but especially the acting from the girl who played Regan, so well done. And like I said, I don't know how old she would have been when they filmed this, but I feel like that's a huge role to take on, and very like physically demanding, and she's like being whipped around in that bed, and just like all these things happening to her, and projectile vomiting, and even those surgery scenes scenes, like I know they were fake, but oh my god, they just made my stomach turn. And the thought of that would have happened in real life, like I'm assuming that would have been the real procedure if she was going to get a CAT scan or an ENG or whatever they were calling it. And just that mental state of constantly being scared, constantly like thrashing around and doing all those things, like that must get exhausting. Like it looked exhausting from one take, and I'm sure they did multiple takes. And as soon as they walked into Regan's room, they could see their breath. So comment below, I don't know if that was added digitally somehow in 1973 or what, that if they just kept the room super cold, but that would have also been another element to this if you're stuck in a cold room constantly, because that would be very uncomfortable, especially for hours and hours on end. It wasn't like one, 2-minute scene for this exorcism. It was a giant chunk of the movie, so I imagine that would have taken quite a long time to film and for hours and hours on end. So I feel like that would have been very mentally draining, even as like, an actor who had, dozens of years of experience, but I don't think I've seen the girl who played Regan in this anything before. So was this her first acting role? Comment below and let me know. I don't know how this movie was received when it came out. I know it's an iconic horror movie now, but I don't know if it's always had this like iconic status from day one. But I can imagine watching these scenes. They were disturbing now to watch them. I can't imagine how audiences would have reacted watching this in the 70s. There was other iconic horror movies coming out in the 70s as well, like we had Halloween, but I feel like this is a level all of its own. I feel like if there's a scary boogeyman coming after you, no matter what you believe, it can be kind of easy to dismiss and say, oh, that's just a movie, that's not real. As opposed to this, if you are a very religious person, this might be hard to dismiss and hard to be like, okay, it's not real, that could never happen type of thing. So yeah, I'm very curious to find out how this was received. I think one of the more disturbing scenes that sticks out in my mind from this is the scene with Regan and the cross. And I'm not going to say what she was doing, but if you've seen this movie, you know what was happening, and just so disturbing. And the language she was using, and just like, oh my god, like it's something so out of character. Like even the other physical stuff, like her bed shaking and stuff, I was like, okay, like that would be scary. And even with like her scratches on her face, you're like, okay, again, that'd be scary. And like you wouldn't be in control of your body. This demon's taken over. You have no idea what's happening and you can't stop it. The fact that the demon decided to do that, and I don't think I've seen that in a movie before. It was just so disturbing. But we've seen in other possessions the demon destroying religious artifacts, and even when she throws up on the priests, I don't know what that thing is, I'm not Catholic, but she throws up on the priest that purple shawl thing that he has around his neck. I'm assuming Regan was the one who defaced the statue at the church as well, or the possessed version of Regan. I thought the makeup was great, and showing the slow progression of Regan being possessed, and she starts off pale and kind of looks like sickly, and then gets a few scratches, and then a few more, and then a few more, and just like the layering on of all those injuries, and her eyes, and just like the puke on her shirt, and just like those details of like showing the state of what she's in. And at one point had that feeding tube or some kind of medication going into her body and being tied to her bed, and oh my god, just so creepy. And just like all those little things helped show the audience this is bad, like things are going to a very, very bad place. I thought the cinematography was great with the Steadicam or whatever version of Steadicam technology they were using, especially with those like long tracking shots of people walking or running up and down the stairs, and it just showed like the frantic panic and how things were like unraveling quickly. And I think in horror movies that adds a whole new element to it, and I'm so glad when I see a movie and they have that in there, because I don't think they would have had to, especially in the early 70s. I don't think it was super common, so it's nice to see that in there, and gives the audience kind of this up close and personal feel where you're like, okay, what's going on? And it's a little bit jarring sometimes, but I think that's the effect they're going for. And even the stairs seem to be a very prevalent thing throughout this film, where we have obviously Burke falls at the bottom of the stairs and with his head all the way spun around, and conversations between Chris and Karl on the stairs where they're on those like two different levels, and I think there's a lot of symbolism you could play into with the stairs. And then of course at the end when we see the priest Damien throw himself out of the window onto the stairs, and it was a very quick scene, like it happened pretty fast. He sees the other priest is dead and that Regan is loose from her restraints basically, and he's just like shaking her and punching her and is saying, take me instead, and that's exactly what the demon does. Is we see the eye color change from Regan into the priest Damien, and his eye, it's very brief, but you see he gets like that yellowy green like demon eye glow, and then it fades back to his normal human eye color, and then he has this quick look on his face like, okay, I can feel this thing is within me now. I can feel like I've been possessed. And he makes that split choice decision basically of, I have to kill this demon and I know the possession is not going to work, and he doesn't want to transfer the demon to somebody else and just keep playing like musical chairs with this demon basically. So he lunges out the window, killing himself and the demon with him. So I was not expecting that. I thought Regan was going to die and that was going to be the end of it basically, but he sacrifices himself with this demon, and we do see him get to like, he squeezes his friend's hand and it seems like he gets his last confession or his last rites basically, and that's it. So Regan is saved, but I don't know if there are sequels or remakes or anything like that. Comment below and let me know. I thought the sound design was really well done. It just kind of added this whole new element, and I think people underestimate sound in movies. Like, it's something we just expect to be there, obviously, much like the visuals, but I think it just adds a whole new thing. And especially in horror movies, like, could you imagine watching a horror movie and the entire soundtrack is like something happy and upbeat? Maybe it exists, but I feel like sound and audio play such a key part in horror movies of setting the tone and just adding that creepy element. So when we heard the recording that the priest made from Regan, and he plays it backwards and it's in English, and he's just so disturbed by what he's hearing, and then all the different voices, and even when he tells the other priest like, oh, I think there's 3 different entities possessing her, and the other priest says like, no, it's just one, he's just tricking you, like he's a liar. And when we had like the city noise sounds, and when we hear the plane passing by and Chris doesn't hear what the 2 priests are talking about, you know, it just adds, as a viewer, you just become instantly curious, like, what are they talking about? Like, what could it be? Is this going to be important? What's going on? And car horns and kids playing outside and the sounds in the attic and Regan's like growling and just the guttural sounds that she's making and just the different tones and voices, and how she would be speaking from, you know, the priest's dead mom one minute and then go back to this demon, and just so well done. Whoever did the sound design and sound mixing for this did a great job, because there wasn't like, oh, I can tell now when it's switching. Like, it was pretty flawless and seamless in between, and you weren't like, why is there this big pause, or why is there like this crack in the noise or anything like that. And of course the cliche of, we saw Damien was talking about how he wanted to quit, he wants to get out, but he's got one last thing he's gonna do, and then he ends up dying, of course. We never found out who Captain Howdy was, so I'm not too sure how that plays into it. Although we didn't see Regan have a religious affiliation, we did see her using a Ouija board before this happened, so maybe she got possessed using the board and she summoned something she wasn't planning on, or, you know, who knows. It was a pretty short scene. We did see her talking to Captain Howdy, but it doesn't seem like Captain Howdy's the one who took over, or maybe that was what led to her being possessed. I'm curious to learn more about the effects and how her bed was moving on its own and they had her floating in the air, whether it was wires or what kind of setup they had for that. But so cool, and I love learning about that behind the scenes stuff, so I'm excited to, now that I've seen it, learn more about that. But it didn't seem dated, like you weren't like, oh, I can see this in this. Like, it was really well done, and considering it was a relatively small cast and relatively few locations, it still came across as a terrifying movie to watch today. It didn't seem super dated, and I feel like special effects and makeup can kind of show an age of a movie. And having her head spin all the way around, and having her puke constantly, and having her pee at her mom's party, and just like all these like bodily fluids and things that were happening to her just like added this extra creepy element, and you could tell there was something very wrong with her. And then we see her mom struggle and take her to the doctor and trying to find out what's wrong, and all these tests are coming back negative, obviously. Overall, I thought it was terrifying, so disturbing. And like I said, the scenes with Regan being possessed, they weren't super long scenes when this demon was doing these things to her body and making her puke and her head spin all the way around and having her pee at her mom's party, and just these really deeply upsetting actions that the demon is making her do. And it was just, it's gonna stick with me for a while. And despite it being an older film, I feel like it still stands up today. So creepy, and just such a well-made horror movie. Great cast, great cinematography, great sound design, just overall a really well-made film, and I'm so glad I finally watched it. So thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for horror movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. It looks like we're starting off in the Middle East. Who's Captain Howdy? And she just peed in front of all of them. Okay, so the priest's mom passed away. Yeah, she wasn't shaking. It was the bed that was shaking. Oh my god. Just like green projectile vomit. God help me is written on her stomach. That's like the demon's true form. Her eyes just went white.